Okay, kids, so for today's activity, we're going to get a little introduction to something called perspective. Perspective is the way our eyes see things. Okay, and in this case, this is called one-point perspective. And the reason that this is called one-point perspective is because of what's happening in this picture right here. Okay, if you look at the road, okay, if I draw a line all the way along the sidewalks, and then I draw a line along the roofs of the buildings, and the windows of the buildings, you can start to see a pattern developing. Okay, even the bottom of the cars, the line in the middle of the road, even the crosswalk lines. Notice that they're all going to one point, one place. This right here is called the vanishing point. So all these lines and buildings and the road and sidewalks and so on, they all seem to just keep going until they disappear or they vanish, and that's why we call it the vanishing point, otherwise known as VP. Okay, and it's usually one single spot. Now, if I turn my page, okay, it explains it a little bit better. Just ignore the copier marks. Here's your vanishing point, okay, and I drew these two shapes here. And you can see that they've been connected to the vanishing point, but only the corners that I can connect without drawing through the shape. It's not made out of glass. We can't see through it. So that one we could not connect. All right? And this line right here, kind of like when you look out at the ocean, this is the imaginary line where the sky meets the ground. It's the horizon, okay? These lines that I drew are called guide lines, and they go to the shape, from the shape to the vanishing point. So these shapes go on forever and ever and ever until they stop. This is a way of making a flat shape, which is 2D, two-dimensional, okay, length and width, make it look 3D, so that we can now see length, width, and height, and you can see the sides and tops of it. Okay, so the activities on the following pages, you are going to need to use a ruler. And all you have to do for these is you are going to try and connect the corners of the shapes to the vanishing point. But you may only connect the ones where you don't have to draw through the shape. So I will do a couple on this page. There's one. And don't push too hard with your pencil. You don't want the ruler to move while you're doing this. 2. And there's 3 corners for this particular square. You can see now it looks like it goes on forever and ever and ever until it disappears. This one, because it's sitting on top of that imaginary horizon line, we're only going to see the side of it. We can't see the top or the bottom. So we only have to do 2 lines. 1 and 2. Okay, and you are going to work your way around the paper, connecting all the corners that you can to the vanishing point. Now this one, you can only see the bottom of it. Because of where it's sitting above the vanishing point, we can't see the side of it. All right? So these two, again, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to turn the page and show you how to do a couple triangles. Okay, they can be tricky sometimes. We're going to start with this one. Okay, I think this is probably the hardest one. So look for the corners that you can connect to the vanishing point without drawing through the shape. And voila. Okay? Easy peasy. There's another one that needs 3 corners connected. It's right here. Okay? And you're going to work your way around those, connecting them to the vanishing point. Now, these are called geometric shapes. All of the shapes we're dealing with are geometric. They have all straight lines and corners. There are no curves. Okay? So I'm going to do a couple of these weird-looking geometric shapes to show you how this works. I'm going to try this one right here. Again, we're looking for corners that we can connect to that dot without drawing through the shape. So you just keep looking for these corners and you keep connecting them, trying to make the two-dimensional shape into a three-dimensional form or object. Okay, so I can't do that one because I'd be drawing through the shape. I can't do that one because I'd be drawing through the shape. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. I'm going to do one more. I'll do this one over here. 1, 2, 3. Oop, I missed one right there. 4. Okay, and again, it should look like these shapes just go on forever until they disappear at the vanishing point. Now, the last page, this is where you are going to do your thing. Okay, using the ruler, just make yourself 8 kind of weird or strange geometric shapes. Do not make them huge. No squares, no triangles. They must be multiple diagonal lines and corners. And do not make them big, and do not let them get close to one another. So, one here, one here, one here, one here, one here, and one here. Then, like we've been doing, you're going to make them 3D. Okay, these corners don't matter because you'd be drawing through the shape. No good. So we stay away from them. Just work your way around the paper. And that's it for today. Once you're done, make sure your name's on the first page, and you can put it in the finished work bin.